Land grabbing is as old as the society and rooted in structural, historical, and socio-economic dynamics, often compelled by growing urbanization. Many victims have lost property worth billions of naira to land grabbers and are now calling on the government to firmly look into the matter. News Central's Akede visited one of such properties and filed in this report.
Situated in Oregun industrial axis of Lagos, this property looks small and unassuming. But after taking a tour around, this old building stands on 2 acres of land. When asked the current value of the property, the owner said a Chinese company offered to pay 1.5 billion naira in 2019. However, this valuable piece of land has attracted the attention of land grabbers.
This property was acquired by my father, late engineer Ebenezer Olawale Faseun, in 1961, and we have lived here since then. So it's been over 60 years. We lived here. My father died in 2004. Shortly after he died, some so-called Omoniles now raised themselves and laid claim to this property. They made some fake documents, some fake papers. They went to a court in Ajah, not even Ikeja, and filed a claim that the land belongs to them.
For many years, unsuspecting landlords have fallen victim of land grabbers, having to pay more for their properties or in some cases losing the entire property.
We have noticed the trend where land grabbers and Omoniles put signboards bearing Lagos State Government logo plus excision application file numbers on signboards and in placing them in several locations in Lagos State. This is designed to mislead unsuspecting members of the public into thinking that the government has granted excision in those areas.
The owner of this land says many of the land grabbers work for certain popular people in the state and have now started employing the services of some security operatives.
They are sponsored. These are land grabbers by a notorious land grabber in Lagos. This man in 2021, showed up at this property in the back here, brought Zone 2 police officers. They arrested all the guys on the premises. They locked them up and they brought bulldozers and began to destroy what's back there. This is not the only land grabbing case in this state. This is not the only one. There's plenty of them. And these people are known people. They are notorious people.
Though the Lagos state government has put certain structure in place to check this criminal activity, it is clear that a lot more needs to be done as the perpetrators seem to have strong connections with certain people in government.
We cannot sit by and watch these nefarious activities take place. So if you are convicted of land grabbing moving forward, based on the new law, the amended law that will come in, it's straight to jail.
The government actually tried its own part by setting up anti-land grabbing tribunal under the Ministry of Justice. But you see, the tribunal itself is almost like a moribund setup. So just for the government to give them more wherewithal and give them more power to be able to function properly.
This is one of scores of cases where victims are calling on the government to come to their aid. And if nothing is done soon, more residents of the state may be made to forfeit their properties and even be rendered homeless. Akede, reporting for News Central.
Irregular migrants of Nigerian extraction who left the shores of the country in search of greener pastures in Netherlands and other parts of Europe have been called upon to return home as President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda is geared towards providing economic opportunities for them. They made the call when she paid a visit to the Nigerian embassy in the Netherlands, where she interacted with top officials in that country. In the interactive session, which had the Nigerian ambassador to the Netherlands, Dr. Eniola Ajayi, and other top Nigerian mission officials in attendance, Dr. Edu said the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation through the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons has introduced repatriation, rehabilitation and reintegration plans for illegally migrated Nigerians willing to come back home with a startup capital in partnership with the European Union. Dr. Edu, who was in The Hague, the Netherlands, as head of Nigeria's delegation to the thematic meeting of the Rabat Process on Migration, Youth and Development.
See what we can do for young people in Nigeria. The president is creating opportunities, even from governance to leadership, all the way down to creating jobs for young people that will keep them gainfully employed in Nigeria to be able to really contribute to nation building. Enough of the Japa syndrome. It's time to keep young Nigerians in Nigeria to contribute to the work that is going on in Nigeria. And that's the renewed hope message.
I want to also ask you to be the bridge between what I think is lacking in our country. That is proper coordination of our efforts is lacking. There's no synergy even between MDAs or even within the same ministry. I know you have the gravitas and what it takes to make this happen. Talk to them at the Ministry of National Orientation Agency. Let them bring us all up on how to use our flags. We shouldn't have those yellow stuff that they put around the edge. That's not Nigerian flag. This is Nigerian flag. Nothing with those funny things around it. You shouldn't have the coat of arms in the middle. That's not our flag. So please, it's just this little thing.